welcome to Undisputed. We are live from LA, a very happy Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, good morning.
Wait a second. My homeboy is my going homeboy again.
Oh, Stafford,
Wait a second. We've seen two straight Mahomes big games, a Super Bowl and a home championship game, and two straight stinkers. My homeboy has been exposed.
You know what? That game reminded me of somebody else I knew that blew an 18-point championship game lead. I ain't gonna say nothing about that, but you know who it was, right?
I don't have any idea.
Yeah, you know.
No idea.
I don't know.
What about the Rams?
What about them?
Oh, the Ram ambassador told me to tell you.
Yeah.
I told you we going to the Super Bowl. That's what he told me to tell you. I was with him last night.
Well, you went to the game.
I went to the game.
With
Eric Dickerson, our man Eric Dickerson.
It was 65-70% 49er fans.
Wow. The Ram ambassador, you and
Yeah, he
Shannon
told me,
hanging out.
make sure you tell Skip that. So,
I don't
Edie,
remember
we got
that.
him. Edie, we got him. We got him, Edie.
Oh, yeah. Let's see how
happy
much you got
today.
me right now.
We have so much to get to today. All the game action. My homeboys going home. Tom Brady, what isn't happening? But let's begin with what we saw last night because the Rams are heading back to the Super Bowl after a 20-17 victory over the 49ers. Matthew Stafford found Cooper Kupp and OBJ early and often, and LA snapped a 6-game losing streak against San Francisco by picking off Jimmy G in the final minute of action. So, Shannon, what is the biggest reason the Rams finally beat the 49ers? They're heading to the Super Bowl.
Matthew Stafford. Everything came to crystal clear, came to fruition. Why they gave Jared Goff and 2 first-rounders for that guy.
Really?
In the fourth quarter, down by 10. Sean McVay had yet to win a game, trailing by 10 points heading into the fourth quarter. And Matthew Stafford, he had been great all year in the fourth quarter. 13 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, showed great poise. He was magnificent in the fourth quarter. 11 of 14, 121 yards, and a touchdown in the fourth quarter. He had thrown 13 touchdowns, 0 interceptions all year in the fourth quarter. This is why you do it. And Cooper Kupp and OBJ. OBJ. You look good last night, didn't
You should sing Cooper.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
That's what you should be singing.
I could have sworn I should have went that prop bet. I told you OBJ was going to get you a hundo. But Skip,
you did not predict 100 yards.
I did.
You did not.
Pull the tape.
It was 50.5?
No, I said he going way over there. I said I wouldn't be surprised if he got a hundo.
Oh, you said he wouldn't be surprised.
No. I said he's going way over that. I said he'll be over what he had last week against Tampa.
Okay.
Skip, they played a lot of man coverage.
A lot of man coverage. How about single man coverage?
Yeah, I told you that's what happened.
Yeah.
He exposed it. But anyway, Skip, I can't believe you. Of all people, you nicknamed the man Jimmy Gag.
Yeah.
And then you hit your wagon to Jimmy Gag.
Well, is it my turn?
No.
Okay.
Skip, here's the thing. You knew at some point in the game, Jimmy Garoppolo is going to give the opposing team an opportunity for an interception. You know he's going to give you one. You're just hoping if you're Kyle Shanahan, let him get that thing out the way early. Hopefully we can overcome it. The later in the game it comes, the more debilitating it is. And you knew it was like, damn, Jimmy G's protected the ball the whole game. What's going on? He due for one INT. Had turned the ball over at least once in 5 straight games. Sure enough, got a little pressure. But the Rams Skip, the offensive line for the 49ers did a great job on that front for the Rams the entire game. And then it was like something flipped in the fourth quarter. Because now all of a sudden, he had no time to throw the football. And the Rams were I don't know if I've ever seen somebody have 18 third down attempts. They were 11 of 18 on third down. If you do that, eventually it's going to get the better of the opposing team. But I thought Matthew Stafford was great last night. He threw for 8 first downs on third down. It shows, Skip, he was the difference. He was the reason why some of the throws that he was making, Jared Goff just can't make those throws. Give those guys credit. They had lost 6 straight times to the 49ers. The 49ers were not in awe of them. They are not afraid of the Rams and all that glitz and glam, and all the stars were out last night, Skip. But the 49ers don't care anything about that. It took everything the Rams had. Could have been a bigger night for Stafford. He had a drop by Cooper Kupp that was going to hit his head on the goalpost. I think his name's Skowronek. Dropped the touchdown pass in the end zone. But Matthew Stafford was the difference in the ball game, Skip. He had one mistake. He forced it on the opening drive, which he didn't have to do that because you're going to get 3 out of it. But outside of that, he was flawless. He was the reason why they won this game.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I got to get a new TV because I saw a completely different game than you're talking about. So, big picture, back to Jenny's question. Biggest reason that the Rams somehow survived this game after losing 6 straight to the 49ers was the number 50, which was the number of rush yards that Kyle Shanahan's rushing attack managed to muster against the Rams front. 50 yards rushing? Did Shannon Sharp predict that? No, Shannon Sharp would have predicted at least 100, if not 150, because that's who they are and that's what they do. And the reason I, quote unquote, hitched my wagon to Jimmy Gag was because I thought that the 49ers could keep the game out of Jimmy Gagg's hands. And unfortunately, the Rams forced the game in the fourth quarter right back into Jimmy Gagg's hands. And then what happened in the fourth quarter is exactly what happened when the 49ers made it to the Chiefs and the Super Bowl. Do you remember that fourth quarter? Because they were identical to me. Because in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl, Jimmy Gag went 3 of 11 for 36 yards and an interception, right? Last night he went 3 of 9 for 30 yards and an interception. Does that ring a bell? Does that seem like deja vu?
You knew that.
Yeah. No, I did not know that because I said that Kyle Shanahan against the Rams can force the ball out of Jimmy Gagg's hands and into the running game's hand. And they tried and look at these numbers. Nobody could run the ball. Even Debo, that force of nature that is Debo Samuel. I tweeted last night mid-game that in just rage and physicality, just the way he attacks. He reminds me of the greatest player on the other side of the ball I ever saw, Lawrence Taylor. He's got some Lawrence Taylor in him where he just annihilates people. And I thought, well, I don't think they can handle him. Well, guess what they did? They handled him to the tune of 7 carries for a grand total of 26 yards. He got loose one time, as you know, for, 44 yards.
That was a screenplay.
It was a screenplay. Okay, it's just a little flip. And he made Jimmy Gag looked like Jimmy Good, didn't he? On that play. And Jimmy made a throw or two because he always makes a throw or two because he's been there and done that so many times. He's been on such big stages so often that he's about as experienced a lousy big game quarterback as you could get. And they believe in him, and I think they play hard for him. But in the end, this game fell back into the hands of one Matt Stafford, who, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is who I thought he was. He is exactly who I said he was. He will throw it to you when you most need him to throw it to you. And right away, it looked like the Rams are going to seize control of this game. And if we could see what happened down on the goal line, what was it? It was 3rd and goal at the 3. Here's kind of a Super Bowl Russell Wilson play. Remember against the Patriots? He forces it in. The ball gets tipped up. The throw was behind Cooper Kupp because he thinks he could just throw it anywhere to Cooper Kupp and he's going to catch it. And by the way, I thought Jimmy Ward was going to go all the way with this one and he just needed one more block. And it looked like he was off to the races about right in here. I just thought he needed one more block because I thought he could beat 79. But the point is, that was a huge play that made the 49ers think, wait a second, we got him right where we want him because he is the guy who will throw it to you. And I told you the amazing stat of the year was that after they acquired Odell over the last 8 games of the season, they played 9, they got Odell for 8. Matt Stafford led the league in interceptions over the last 8 games, and he threw 4 pick-sixes. He will just sort of he'll go haywire on you and throw it to you.
He does sometimes. Skip, that was a 4 situation. You got 3 at worst case scenario, you got 3. The game flipped last night. What happened? He threw the ball down the middle of the field. And the guy...
Time out. It's my turn. I think I'm talking right now because I'm about to get to my main point when you say it's all about Matt Stafford. Baloney, it's about Matt Stafford. He did exactly what he always does.
In the fourth quarter.
Here we go. It is 9:55 of the fourth quarter. Can we see the throw down the middle to nobody, please? This is to nobody.
That was to Odell, right? You going to blame Odell?
I don't know. I don't know who it is. It might be to Odell. It might be to Jefferson.
Mr. Van Jefferson.
I think he just threw it to whoever can go get this.
He dropped it.
And Jaquiski Tartt has been there for 5 years. He's been a nice player for them, quietly nice. Yeah. And all of a sudden, he's got the ball and the game and the Super Bowl right in his hands. Yeah. I don't know if he took his eye off the ball. I don't know if he closed his hands a little too quickly, but it hits into his fingers and off his fingers. I don't know if he's looking to run with it, because I think he could have run a ways with that one.
No, I think in a situation like that, you just catch it. Okay. You catch it, and basically the game's over.
That is fine with me. And to Jaquiski's credit after the game, he took full credit for this. He took full blame. It's on me. I let my teammates down, but he did it in the interview and on Twitter. But he also said on Twitter, I will not let this define me as a human being, as a player or a person. Right. Good for him, because you can't take that with you throughout the offseason. You made a mistake. It cost your team. I think the game would have swung wildly back in your favor at that point.
I totally agree. But here's the thing, Skip. In order for this not to define him, what is he going to have to do? This team is going to have to get back to the Super Bowl. Because that Scott Norwood, does that kick not define him?
Yeah, I guess so.
He went to 3 more. They didn't win any. Let me ask you a question.